I do something preparing for our first programming project. So last time I gave you one example, that drag and drop example, a simple JavaScript, how to use it to support the drag and drop features. So you can do that on HTML elements. So that's the example I gave you last time. So you can play around, try to understand. But later at some time, I will use supplementary videos to explain the more details. So I will not do in class. So I will use supplementary videos to explain. So today, I want to continue from that example, because that example we use the basic Java. So today, I want to do the same thing, but use the jQuery. So here, first I want to talk about jQuery a little bit. After that, I give you the jQuery example. So show you. So today I will give you two examples. One that drag and drop, another small jQuery example. So you try to, understand. When you have a chance, you can use that jQuery. All right, C.1, the title, part C, Basic Concepts of DBMS. But C.1, so let's quickly look at the jQuery, how to use it. All right, it's pretty easy to use jQuery in your web pages. So it is just a JavaScript library. So it is a very popular, but also pretty basic. So most web developers, so they use the jQuery try to do, more features with less coding. So the philosophy of jQuery, do more with less coding. That's the main idea of this jQuery. Today you will see how to do more with less coding. Okay? All right. First, how to include jQuery. First, you need to include in your web pages. Here I give you two ways. Two different ways you can use to include jQuery JavaScript library in your web pages. The first way, you download the jQuery. So you search the web, jQuery, the home page, you download the current version. Very easy. So that library, not very big. So it is not a huge library, okay? So relatively small, the size, not very big, okay? So you download it to your local drive. But when you develop your web applications, so you just copy it to appropriate folder so you can connect to your web pages. So that's the first way. Second way, you do not need to download. You just use the online remote jQuery library. Yes. So that way also very popular. So this is the first way. First way, when you need to use it, so you use a line like this. But if you have some folder, so here we assume you download here because this is the file name. When you include jQuery library, if it is in the same file as your web page location, then you can use it in this way. But if not, because you may put it in a different folder, JS folder, for example, if you put a JS folder, you need to type / okay, double quotes, then the file name. If you have some folder, okay, you need to specify the location in this way. So then your page can find its location easily. Okay, yeah, something like this. Yeah, so this is the local copy of your jQuery. Yeah. But another way, online copy, also very popular for web developers, we call it CDN version, CDN way to connect jQuery. Content Delivery Network. Yeah. So many libraries can be accessed in this way. Yeah. You just provide a link, yeah. Remote link. Yeah. So for the jQuery, usually we use the Google jQuery version. Yeah. So this is the Google jQuery location. Yeah. So you just copy this line, put in your web pages, then you can use it. Yeah. So typically these two ways. Yeah. So each way has its advantage and a disadvantage. So here you can see. Yeah. The second way, you have to have the internet connection, right? Otherwise, how can you connect it, right? The second way. If you do not have internet, okay, yeah, sometimes you may not be able to connect. Then you cannot use the second way. Okay? But the first way, the local way, even if you do not have internet, you can still use the jQuery to develop your web pages. Question?
So the first way, I would assume you have to it's taking directly from the computer system itself, while the second way is just loading temporarily in the browser.
Yes, the browser will, every time when your browser, yeah, because when your page have this link, the browser will download from that location and put in a buffer, store in the browser buffer. Browser has buffer to store it. Yeah, so there, because this link, the browser need to use many times. So but it only need to download once. Download once, put in a buffer, so then the browser always use this, for other pages. Yeah.
Once you close the browser,
then it's gone. Yeah, clear. Yeah, the buffer clear. It's a temporary storage in a buffer. Yeah, yeah. So that's the CDN way. Okay, CDN way. Yeah, browser buffer. Okay? It stays in the browser buffer. Yeah, for some short period of time. Okay. Yeah. Good. All right. Yeah. 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 So you can choose, different ways. Yeah. But in a situation, yeah, for example, some people, if you want to develop your own website, right? So if you start your own business, okay, for your own, create a website, running your business, okay, yeah. So you need to develop many dynamic web pages. Yeah. You need to use the jQuery. In that situation, it's better to use your, store this copy in your own server, okay? In your own server, in that way. Yeah. So then you do not rely on, other links, okay? If Google shut down, then you cannot use, right? Yeah. So you want to control your own destiny, so you store a copy of jQuery in your own server. So you can use just locally from your own server. Yeah. Yeah. All right, yeah, so after that, then we can use it in our own web pages. Yeah. So the code conversion here, because I'm talking about give you a jQuery version of our old example, drag and drop example. Yeah. In a drag and drop example, I need to do the conversion, right? From our JavaScript version to jQuery version. Yeah. So how much work I need to do the conversion? Yeah. So let me give you. Yeah. So this is our old HTML file. Yeah. Then I write it in a new version, so I called drag and drop JQ. Yeah. The capital JQ refers to jQuery version. Okay. Yeah. I haven't uploaded. Yeah. after the class, I will upload this example so you can download. Yeah, you can compare. Yeah. The behavior exactly the same, but code is different. Yeah. All right. So add CDN link. Yeah. This example, I use the CDN link. Yeah, because you do not need to. I do not require you download. Right? It's easy. You double click this HTML file, you can run it. Yeah. I do not ask you to download jQuery first. Yeah. So this is a good thing about CDN. Okay. You just give people your web pages. People can run immediately without downloading any library. Yeah. So that's the great thing about this CDN way. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we copy the CDN line in this drag and drop jq.html. Yeah. But after that, yeah, after you copy the jQuery, yeah, here. But another thing, yeah. So actually here, after you copy this link, it's still not that enough. Not enough. Why? So there is something special about this drag and drop feature in jQuery. The basic jQuery is not enough to support this drag and drop feature. So we need second jQuery package to support this drag and drop. So we need another library, jQuery. But it's part of the jQuery, yeah, but it's a separate. So we need a add jQuery UI library, okay? UI, users interface library, okay? Yeah, another CDN link. Yeah. So you can see it after you download my file, HTML file, you use a text editor to open. When you see the code, yeah. Later, when I show you the demo, I will show you those lines. UI package in jQuery. Yeah. jQuery, yeah. We need extra feature. So from the UI package of jQuery. Okay? After you add that, yeah. So then you're almost there. Yeah. You're almost there. Yeah. So you have the jQuery UI support. This drag and drop, that's the UI features. So you have the UI support. Okay? Then, so for the drag and drop.js, you need to convert it to jQuery version. But this jQuery version is very simple. You only need to tell jQuery what UI components you want to make draggable. Okay? So in a jQuery function, you need to tell jQuery what elements you want to make them draggable. Yeah. It's like some registration. Okay? You register certain HTML elements to make them draggable under jQuery. That's it. Yeah. Then no coding. This is the coding, just simple lines. Yeah. Yeah. You will see that. Yeah. I will show you that. Okay. After I finish this part, I will go to the demo to show you that. Okay. Yeah. That's done. Yeah. Yeah. If you compare with our JavaScript implementation, a lot of coding, right? The coordinates, X coordinate, Y coordinate. Then how do you update? Yeah. Things like that. Yeah. X, Y coordinates. How do you control that? Yeah. But that part also useful. That part, because we have a lot of control on coordinates, right? The jQuery, we do not have control on the coordinates. Okay? We just make it draggable. For each UI component, we make it draggable without control. We don't have control, okay? Yeah. So now you can see the difference. Less coding, yes. Your coding is a lot less, yeah. But you don't have the control, okay? Yeah. All right, yeah. Yeah, so if you have other functions, you need to make the conversion. Yeah. All right, next, I need to talk about the jQuery basics a little bit. Yeah. Basics. Yeah. So here, we just use it, right? Yeah, but it's not enough for us. Yeah. You need to understand jQuery basics a little bit here. Yeah. So let me use the second example to explain jQuery syntax. Okay, all right. Approach. Its syntax has a pattern, simple pattern, very simple. Yeah. The syntax, yeah. Like this. Yeah. First, you select HTML elements. You need to make selection. Which HTML element you want to apply certain action on it. That's the way how to apply jQuery features. Yeah. All right. Basic syntax is like this, okay? The format. $sign, the special $sign. Yeah. Market. So this line should be processed by jQuery library, yeah, JavaScript library, okay? So starting with $sign. All the jQuery coding start with the $sign. Then a pair of parentheses. Inside that parenthesis, you need to specify selector. HTML element selector. How to select an HTML? There are several ways. Yeah. Next, I will explain. There are several ways to specify which HTML element we want to select. So inside that parenthesis, okay, all right. Then dot, okay, object-oriented, right? So dot action you call a jQuery built-in function. Yeah. So this action refers to a jQuery built-in function. Built-in function, okay? You call it. Yeah. 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 Sometimes inside the function, you may need to write some implementation details. Sometimes, okay? Yeah. All right. Yeah. So $sign to access jQuery. Yeah. A selector to query or find HTML elements. How to, yeah, I have some, cases, show you. Yeah. In my second example, I show you this kind of, basic features. Yeah. All right. Then, a jQuery action to be performed on the elements, calling a function, a built-in function. Yeah, many built-in functions. So you call, you select which function you want to call. Yeah. All right, example. Yeah. The example, I will also give you the code. Yeah. So this example, I just put a simple feature, hide and show. One element, after we display it, then there is a button, when you click, you hide the element. It disappears. Hide, it's gone. Then another button, show, you click the show button, then it appears again. That's simple. Yeah. But we use two ways to do it. The first way, JavaScript way. Yeah. Basic JavaScript way. Second way, jQuery way. So you can compare the code. You can see the jQuery way, the code much shorter. Yeah. Much shorter. Yeah. Less coding, that philosophy. Yeah. So you can understand the jQuery way, typical jQuery way. Yeah. All right, so here, how to hide? See, this is the line to hide that element. So simple, okay? Yeah. Dollar, a pair of parentheses inside this keyword. It's a keyword. I think you're familiar with this keyword. Okay? In other programming, Java, you have this keyword. C++, you have this keyword. Yeah. So many other object-oriented programming languages, you have this keyword. So refers to the current object you are working on. Okay, you are working on. Yeah. So if you use a mouse, click it. Yeah. You start an action. Yeah. Start event. Yeah. You apply some event on certain element. Then that element is wrapped inside an object. So that object is represented by this keyword. Okay, this keyword. Right. So here, you click a button. You click a button. Yeah. So then, you trigger an action. You trigger an action. Okay. Yeah. On that element, on some element. Yeah. On current element. Okay. Yeah. So then, the current element is activated. Okay. Yeah. So through the current element is wrapped as an object. So you have an object. Okay. All right. Through that object, you can call function. Okay. Yeah. So here, dot hide. Yeah. You call function dot hide. Okay. So you hide it. You hide that element. Okay. You hide that element. Yeah. All right. Hide the current element. Okay, all right. So that's the first way for selector. This keyword, a special way for the specify the selector. Yeah. Second way, look at double quotes P. Also, another way for the selector. This time we select P element. Yeah. So element, there is a name for the element, right? So P element. What's the P element in HTML? Paragraph, right? Paragraph, P element, refers to paragraph, okay? So if you're doing this way, double quotes P, then all the P elements inside the current page will be triggered. And then you call hide, so you'll hide all P elements, okay? Not just the current one, okay? Yeah, because here you apply this hide function on all P elements. Yeah. So all gone. So all P elements, all gone. Okay? So this line. Yeah. So another case about the selector. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Next one, double quotes, inside double quotes for the selector part, dot test. Yeah. So here you need to have some knowledge about CSS to understand this dot. Yeah. Because in CSS, we specify class using the dot. Yeah. After the dot, there is a class name. Here, test is the class name we define. In CSS file, we define a class called a test. Okay. Yeah. All right, so hide all elements with class equals double quotes test. After you define a class, then you can use that class on many elements under that same class. Okay, that's CSS. For that CSS ABC part, I will use supplementary videos to give you the basic knowledge about CSS also. Yeah. So here, that's the class. So Here, you need to know, for a CSS class, we can make multiple elements share the same class. Multiple elements share the same class. Yeah. That is allowed. Yeah. All right. So then, all the elements under the same class, you get action, hide action. Okay? Yeah. So the jQuery will hide all these elements. Okay? Yeah. So that's another selector case. Then the last one I want to show you, yeah, double quotes that sharp symbol. Okay? Yeah. This refers to another CSS type, ID type. ID. Yeah. For each element, you can define an ID to identify that element. But if you use ID, it must be unique. The whole document, the elements with this ID must be unique. Okay? You cannot make multiple elements with the same ID. Yeah. If you do that, yeah. So actually, by accident, I did that before. Yeah. So when I did it, yeah, only the last element with the ID is called. Okay. Yeah. The first few, skip it. Yeah. Only the last one is activated. Okay. Yeah. So, but in your pages, yeah, it's better. You make sure you only, for each ID name, you only apply it on one element, not more than one. Yeah. Otherwise, it's very messy. Okay. Otherwise, your page contains some error. Yeah. If you use some IDE related to HTML, you may get a warning sign or error lines, yeah, because your ID is not unique. Yeah. So that's syntax violation. Okay? Yeah. So some tools will complain. Okay? Yeah. So here, yeah, this time, if you use this sharp test, we only apply the hide function on one element with ID test. Yeah. All right, so that's the. So here I use this example to show you how to use selector. Yeah. Then apply jQuery function on that element. Yeah. Sometimes multiple elements. Yeah. All right. Then my example. Yeah. So the example, my second example. Yeah. So the regular JavaScript version. Yeah. First, I wrote the code for the regular JavaScript. Hide and show, but we need to do several things. We need to use a JavaScript function, two functions, one hide function, one show function, okay? Two functions. The hide function, we need to make one particular element disappear, okay? In the show function, we need to make that hidden element appear again. Yeah. So two functions, all right? Yeah. All right. First, in my example, I put an image. This is a 10-gram image. I cut that 10-gram image I showed you last time. Okay? Yeah. So at the beginning, I displayed 10-gram image, okay, yeah, on the page. Yeah. Then, under the 10-gram image, I put two buttons, one hide button, one show button. Okay? Yeah. Under, yeah. Actually, I have two 10-gram images. Yeah. F10 LF left 10-gram. The second one right 10-gram. Yeah. 10-gram at the right. The left one, so we use regular JavaScript. The right one, we use the jQuery to control. Okay, so two, we can compare. Yeah. Then, how to hide an element. So in a JavaScript function, we use this line to change its CSS property. Okay, yeah, because this image, yeah, we associate with a CSS property. This style attribute is the way we put a CSS property with it. Okay, all right. In the style, double quotes, display property. Here we use the display property. So you can see, hide it, show it, you use this display property, CSS. Colon, after colon, block is the value of this property. When this display property has the block value, then you see it. When this display property has the non-value, okay? Yeah, non-value, you cannot see it, it's hidden, okay? Yeah. How do we hide it? So in our JavaScript function, we added this line, we change the display property. First, we need to get an element, get a control element, get element by ID. So this is the ID. So we get a control on that element, okay? After we get a control, we change its property like this. Dot style, okay? Dot style, style attribute, okay? We access the style attribute of that element. Dot display, then we access display property of that element, okay? Then we want to change its value, okay? We use a new value to replace its old value. The new value is none, replace its old block value, okay? Then the whole element is gone, okay? Now, after you change the property, the whole element is gone. So you cannot see it. Similarly, to show it, you get a control on the element. Then you change the value back from none to block, okay? When you change it to block, you see it again, okay? So this is the regular JavaScript version, okay? You do this kind of straightforward control, okay? Straightforward control on CSS properties. Yeah. Sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes you need to do that, okay? Yeah. This kind of control. Yeah. In our project, our puzzle, 10-gram puzzle, drag and drop, for all those elements, you need to control the CSS properties like this. Okay? Yeah. When you need to control, you just do this way. Okay? Change the property value like this. Then you can control all your GUI components on the page. Yeah. So this simple example, you can learn that control part. Okay? Yeah. Then the jQuery version. Yeah. So I write an implementation jQuery. So this time very simple. Yeah. Hide. Yeah. We just select. Yeah. So you click the button. When you click the button, we select. Yeah. You need to select which element you want to apply your action on it. Okay. So we select the hashtag hash. Okay. ID of the image 10-gram right, the right-hand side 10 gram. Okay. 10 RT. So right-hand side 10 gram. You select that element. Okay. Then you call hide function on it. You hide it. That's simple. That's small amount of code. You make it. Similarly, to show double quotes hash 10 RT, you select that image, you call show function, so it appears again. That's simple. Okay? Yeah. Just these two examples. Yeah. After you download, you play around. Okay? Now let me show you the demo. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Very simple. Yeah. The first one, drag and drop. I do not need to show you, right? Yeah. The behavior the same as our old example. Yeah. Same behavior. Okay? It works. Yeah. Yeah. I just show you the jQuery lines, a few jQuery lines. First example. Second example, there I play around. Yeah. So you see the action, you see the result. Yeah. All right, so let me jump to demo. Okay, yeah. Bring up. So here, all right. Oh, no. Yeah. So let me open the. Open the part C. Now part C. All right. Hide and show. Okay. Yeah. Hide and show. All right. So the tangram image, you click hide and show. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you see it. Yeah. See? Two images side by side. Left-hand side one, regular JavaScript. Right-hand side, jQuery version. Yeah. So then, reg hide, click that button. Gone. Okay? Show. Yeah. That's simple. Yeah. The code, yeah. Just, I explained. Yeah. Right-hand side, jQuery way, hide and show. That's it. Okay? Yeah. Very simple. Okay? Yeah. All right. Yeah, but for the drag and drop one, I want to show you the code a little bit. Okay, yeah, code a little bit. All right. Yeah. Yeah. The HTML one. So the CDN link. So you see the CDN, the jQuery. After that, you need to also include jQuery UI. UI, two links, one CSS, one JS. So that's the jQuery UI package you want to include in this page. Then you can use this package. Okay? After these two lines, then remaining you do not need to change anything. Okay? Remaining you do not need to change anything. Yeah. Keep the, all the remaining lines. Then the JavaScript part, look at the JavaScript. You see, only these three small lines. Okay? Function, inside dollar parenthesis function. Okay? So here, this is jQuery. Inside, in the selector part, you select a function without name. So we call it anonymous function. This function has no name. Okay? You apply this function, but you do not need a name. Okay? Yeah. So because you only apply it once. Yeah. Function, yeah. No name function, anonymous function, jQuery, anonymous function. Okay? Then inside this function, you write the lines. You register those elements to be draggable on the jQuery. Okay? So here, how do we select the elements to be draggable? Double quotes span. That means all the span element, we make them draggable. If you look at the page, all the words are in the span elements, right? Yeah. Each word is inside one span element. Okay? Yeah. So then you make it draggable. Yeah. That's simple. Okay? If you want to make other elements draggable, you just add in this function. Okay? So you can add other type of elements, make them draggable. Yeah. That's the jQuery way. Very simple. Yeah. Yeah. But you need to know sometimes you need to use the JavaScript way because you have more control on it. Yeah. Especially, you can work on the coordinates. Okay? This way, you make them draggable, but you cannot work on coordinates, right? Yeah. So you need to understand what you can do, what you cannot do when you use different ways. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's how much I want to talk about in our C.1 topic. Yeah. Let's move to our second topic, C.2, database concept. Yeah. I'll talk about some simple, basic concept about the database. All right, yeah. Let's start from the very beginning. First, about the database. What is a database? Right? Yeah. So the first question. Yeah. A collection of related data. A short description. Yeah. A collection of related data. Okay. So then, some more explanation about this description. Yeah. Because think about the data. Typically, when we use databases, we need to run certain business, right? That's the reason we use databases, because we need to run some business. Yeah. So your database should have business background, rely on some specific business. Yeah. Yeah. Then, the related data all about certain business, yeah, related to that business. Yeah. So not garbage data, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Useful for your business. Yeah. All right. Then, we need to explore relationships among data. Yeah. So the data, you can imagine, in order to run a business smoothly, your data has a lot of relationship. Okay? Yeah. So you need to preserve the relationship of your data in your original business. Okay? Yeah. Because your original business, the data is related. Yeah. So in your database design, you need to keep that relationship. So So here we are looking at databases from the design point of view. Design point of view. Think about, okay? Yeah. So we need to create a database. We need to build the structure of our database. There are many ways to build your database. Okay? There are many ways to build a database. Yeah. But you as a database designer, you want to select a good way to build your database. Yeah. So we will, talk about the details, a lot of details later about database design issues. Yeah. All right. With some business purpose. Yeah. So the database designers, you need to understand the purpose of your business. Okay. Understand well. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Right. So the business, you need to understand the business details well. So when you design a database. Okay? Yeah. And we know during the life cycle of a business, okay, the business running, yeah, it's a life cycle, okay, yeah. A lot of things can change, right? Yeah. Even the purpose could change, right? The purpose, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Because the real world is changing, right? The real world is changing. So your business also need to change accordingly, right? Yeah. Yeah. So in that situation, when the business objectives change, you may need to change your database design, okay, to reflect the business change in the real world. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So your database usually contains many tables, and those tables are related. Yeah. The data stored in those tables are correlated. Okay? Yeah. So you may need to change your tables. You may modify some of the tables, or you may need to add new tables or you may need to delete some old tables to change your database. Okay, yeah. All right. Model aspects of reality. So here we are talking about the table design. Yeah. Yeah. When we design tables inside a database, we want to use one table to model one real-world object. Here, we are talking about business object. Okay? Real-world business object. Okay? So what is an object? A lot of things you can treat as an object. Okay? So what is an object? Okay? Yeah. For example, a student is an object. Okay? We can treat student as a business object. Okay? Yeah. For example, if we want to design a university database, yeah. So running the business of a typical university, inside this university database, a student is an object. Okay? Yeah. So we call it entity object. So here we are talking about, so the database example, university. Yeah. Actually, in our textbook, we have two database examples. The first one is university. The second one is company. Yeah. So at the beginning, we use this university database. Yeah. Then later, we will use the company database. Yeah. So for all our exercise questions, we will use these two databases to write our query statements. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. And I will post the database scripts. So you download, so you can install in your MySQL. Okay? So you can run the command, play around these two databases. So the first one is this university database. Then, student. Inside this university database, we need to reflect the reality of typical university, right? Yeah, here, a student is one of the objects in this university database. So we call it an entity. Yeah, entity. Yeah, so we create a table, store the student information. So this table is an entity type of table. Okay? Student table. Okay? Then in the student table, you need to store the student first name, last name, student number, and other related information. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So the entity type table. Yeah. So here, I just want to use some concrete examples to show you how do we model the real world aspects, right? Yeah. You need to model. So your table actually model objects. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Organized in a special way to support certain operations. Yeah. So here, among different tables, some of the data is correlated. So you need to address that relationship for your data in different tables. Yeah. Yeah. And if you are a if you are a database designer, you have freedom to choose how to design a table, right? how to store the business information in your tables. So you need to organize your data in a way that support operation, your business operations on your data in an efficient way. Here, I'm talking about some general guidelines. Because at the beginning, we cannot get into the details. So later, I will show you, how to make good decisions when you do the database design. Okay? So organize your data in an efficient way. If you organize in a bad way, if it's in a bad way, then later when you apply operations on your data, it could be very slow, right? So you need to think about when you apply and when you modify your data in your tables, you want to first make sure you do not mess up. Okay? So you do not, destroy your data, right? So that's the first thing. Second thing, so you can make your data well protected, but you also want to make sure your business operations should run very fast on your data. All right. Then, here we talk about specific operations. The first type, retrieval operation. Retrieve data, the first type. Okay. Search, so you can also think about search. We want to get a data following some business requirement. Search our databases to find appropriate data items. Insertion. So then you add a new data, update. You change the current data, then deletion. So these 4 basic operations you need to apply on your data. Okay? Yeah? All right. And how do we do these 4 different types of operations? Use this language, SQL. Structured query language. SQL, okay? Structured query language. So this is a very old language, okay? But still, so in business, still, people rely on this language to manage their business data. For relational databases. So what we are doing here, we call it relational databases. There are non-relational databases. Later, I will talk about non-relational. Okay? So here, in the business world, most of the databases are relational databases. Non-relational, small portion. So very small portion. So I will get there. Non-relational databases. But when we use SQL, that's for relational databases. Non-relational, we do not use SQL. Okay? We do not use the SQL language. So for relational databases, we need to use this industry standard SQL language. Everybody, if you want to use relational databases, you have to use the SQL language. Otherwise, you cannot communicate. Okay? So everybody must use the SQL language for relational databases. All right. Then retrieval. So here, although we have 4 types, but retrieval type, so we need to spend about 90% of the time on this relational, on this retrieval type operations. 90% of our learning time, we need to learn how to retrieve our data, business data. Yeah. The remaining 3, too simple, okay? Yeah, so too simple, we do not need to spend a lot of time, okay? Yeah. So we can cover the main features quickly, so you can understand quickly. Yeah. So we only need about 10% of the time on the remaining 3 types of operations. Yeah. Yeah. The retrieval is very challenging, yeah, because you need to describe many business rules, right? Yeah. Yeah. You need to specify various business rules when you describe your data. Okay? Yeah. So that's the main part, major part of this class. Yeah. Yeah. The core of this class, that's the SQL part, right? Then, when we use the SQL query statements, 90% of the time, we work on the retrieval type operations. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Insertion, adding new data. Yeah. Yeah. So, there are several ways, so I will talk about that later. Okay. Yeah. Update, modify existing data. Yeah. Also simple, straightforward. Yeah. Yeah. So we can understand this operation quickly. Yeah. So then deletion, yeah. For the deletion, if you look at the command, the syntax, very simple, but for the deletion, you need to be very careful. Yeah. Because when you do the deletion, think about if you make some wrong deletion, what would happen? Yeah. So you send some delete command, but it could be wrong, right? It's possible you type a wrong deletion command, then what would happen? You may destroy valuable data. Think about that, okay? Think about, if you send a wrong deletion command to the DBMS, and then later you realize this is a wrong deletion command, how do you fix it? How do you avoid the damage? Because some business data, it could be very expensive to acquire the data, right? Yeah. Some data very expensive to acquire. Okay? People may spend millions of dollars to get some very important data. If you accidentally delete that data, then you waste a lot of money. So that's a big issue, okay? That's a big issue. Yeah. So here I want to point out one important thing. In that situation, that's the real world situation. Yeah. Sometimes when you run your own business, if you by accident you delete some important data, then it would be a disaster, right? Yeah. So you don't want that to happen. So you want to do something to protect your data, right? Yeah. So here I talk about when you do data deletion, there are 2 different ways to do deletion. Logical deletion and physical deletion. Physical deletion, we know our business data is stored on hard drive. Okay? So the data is stored on our computer hard drive. We know the storage in hard drive is permanent, right? We treat it as permanent, okay? it's permanent storage. Okay? Yeah. After you shut down your computer, next time you open, start computer, it's still there, permanent storage. Okay? Yeah. All right. Yeah. But even permanent storage, but if you delete it by accident, it's gone, right? Yeah. It's hard to recover, right? Yeah. Yeah. So we know usually people do backup. Yeah. So people do a lot of backup. Yeah. So frequently do backup on your business data. Okay? So you know the importance of backup. Okay? The backup. Okay? Yeah. But when you do backup, there is certain period you do backup, right? Yeah. Because when you do backup, it takes a long time to back up all your business data, right? Yeah. Yeah. It takes a lot of time to do backup. Okay? So usually people set certain period to back up business data. Yeah. But still, think about, even people do backup, still there is a chance some valuable business data could be deleted by accident, right? Yeah. So here, if we use the physical deletion, it's gone. Yeah. It's gone. It's gone from the hard drive. Yeah. And you cannot recover it. Okay? So you delete it from your DBMS. Yeah. Then the data does not exist on your hard drive, and you cannot recover it. Okay? That's the physical deletion. Yeah. But there is another type of deletion we call the logical deletion. Yeah. From the name, you can see we do not really delete our business data. Okay? We do not really delete it from the hard drive. It's still, the data is on the hard drive, but we only mark it as deleted. Okay? Logical deletion, the meaning is we use some special way to mark it as deleted. Yeah. So that data piece still stays on the hard drive. Okay? It's not gone. Okay? Later, if we realize the deletion action is wrong, we can recover it. Okay? We can unmark it. We set that mark. Yeah, so there is a flag. We set some flag. Okay? We set the flag back to the normal. Okay? So the flag, there are two different values. Delete value and a normal value. Okay? We set a flag, let's say the flag value equals 1 as the deletion, as the delete value. 1 means deletion, 0 means normal. Okay? So you set that flag from 0 to 1, you make a logical deletion. Yeah. Logical deletion means when you display the data, you do not display it. Yeah. It's invisible. The data is invisible. Yeah. But it stays on your hard drive. Yeah. So we can recover it. If we find something is wrong, we can change the flag value from 1 to 0 to make it in the normal state. Then the next time can display the data again. That's the meaning of logical deletion. Okay? Yeah. So yeah. Here I spend a lot of time talking about this one because we know protecting our business data is very important. Right? If by accident you delete your business data, then you will regret a lot. Okay? You don't want that to happen. Yeah. So in order to protect your business data, you may think about the first time you think about using the logical deletion, not a physical deletion. Okay? Yeah. Only when you're 100% sure that some data piece must be delete it, 100% sure. It's not wrong. It's the right way to delete that piece of data. Then you can make the physical deletion. If not 100% sure, then you should do the logical deletion first. Okay? Yeah. So here, because this point is so important. Yeah. So especially when you run your own business, right? You're 100% responsible for your own business. So you want to protect your business data in a very high priority, right? Yeah. So here in this class, so we learn that point, protecting our business data. Okay? All right. Now we run out of time, so let me stop right here. Next time I need to finish the remaining a few slides about the DBMS, Database Management System. Yeah. Here we only talk about the basics of databases. Yeah. Next time we talk about basics of the database management system. Yeah. All right, that's it.